Being a first time mom is a total new experience. Nobody asks about your pains, about your problems, because she needs equal good care. Your emotions are going like this and this. Because just understand, she has gone through a lot, a lot. Being a first time mom is a total new experience. Everyone is so concerned about the baby. The newborn is the new charm of your family, and everyone who calls you asks you about it only. And there are very few people who ask about you. Nobody asks about your pains, about your problems, and if you talk a lot about it, they will judge you. They will say that she's thankless for being a mom. Why? She can be, you know, she can share her problems. She can be sad even after being a mother for the first time, because just understand, she has gone through a lot, a lot. You know, after delivering a baby, she herself is living a total new life. She has gained weight, she has a sudden change in her hormones, which takes a big toll on her body. Then she's continuously having some pains, some back pains, some leg pains. She has to just keep awake all the night to feed her baby. Then there are lot of things that I cannot describe. So why can't she be sad? Why can't she sound sometimes frustrated just because she's a mom? No, yaar, we just can't be so fake to ourselves every time. And when we try to say these things to someone, they will judge us. So this is not the correct thing to do. Then when you are living with a new mom, you have to be equally responsible for the baby and the new mom, because she needs equal good care. She needs equally good pamper, because her body is also now living a new life. Her body is again going to take a new shape, new maybe immunity, new structure, everything new. And she has not lived that life for 25 or 30 years. Now she's just jumped suddenly into that life, and she's just mesmerized. So it's okay to be with her, to pamper her sometimes, and to make her feel it's okay if you feel sad, if you don't want to keep the baby in the lap for 12 hours continuously. So it's okay, just give her a break and just let her live that moment. Just get stabilized with the moment, and then let her come back to the pace. So that is what I want to tell you in this video, and I will try to make you realize that what you are doing wrong, what I have done wrong being a mother of an infant. Because these 2-3 years, these initial period of motherhood, this initial period of motherhood is going to take a big toll on our body, that we do not realize in the very beginning. Even we ourselves, being talking about my own experience, I was so enthusiastic. I was so over determined about being a perfect mother that I almost ignored everything, like all the bodily pains that I had, all the problems that I was having, like my frustration, my arrogance and everything, which was actually a problem that I ignored, and now it is suddenly being burdened up. And this thing is equally important. In fact, this note is equally important for those people who are living with her at that moment when she has just delivered a baby. They are equally responsible, they are equally parent, no matter if he's a father or your parents, your parent-in-laws, whoever are they're equally responsible for that baby and the mother. So they have to take care of these two people equally. Just the thing is, you do not have to change the diapers of the mother. Rest all things you need to do with the mother as well, because she needs that pamper, she needs that care, she needs that affection, she needs to accommodate into that new world, and it will take a little time, but she will going to take that pace up because she is equally excited for her new role. But the thing is, she just need to realize that what she's entering into and how that role is going to take a toll on her body. So she has to take equally care of her body as well. If there's someone who is going to take care about her, then there's nothing better than that. And if there's no one around you, then you have to acknowledge your problems. You know, you should not run from them just because you are responsible for a new life. So that's the only thing I want to say in this video. So there are a few points that I have written over here to discuss with you all. So let's get started. As I said, the very first thing that you should do is acknowledge your problems. Whatever is it, your physical problems, your psychological problems, your thinking, your emotions, and everything whichever you're going through, whatever you are going through, you should acknowledge it. Because you know, it's totally okay if your emotions are going like this and this, because this is totally a hormonal change, this is your physical change that you're going through, and after some time that is going to stabilize. So you yourself will realize that it was all due to the hormonal changes that I have gone through. But during that phase, if you're not acknowledging your problems, you will going into depression, which is not good. A postpartum blues that a lady feels is a very basic thing, and everyone feels it, but it should not be so basic. Yeah, we can take care of her, right? We can take care of a new mom the way we are taking care of the new baby. And in a long run, when you make it a habit of masking things, like I used to mask my problems, my emotions and everything, and that comes with the anger. Sometimes when we mask more, then those all problems and anxiety comes in the form of anger. So those all things are taking a toll on your body, and with the run of a time, after some time, your body will become a house of depression, anxiety, stress and everything. So that is not required, because these initial few years are nothing. You're going to face a lot new things during your parenthood journey, your motherhood journey. So you just have to collect all your energies during this new phase of your life. You just cannot push the problems all the times and just ultimately fall back into the same. So it's better that acknowledge whatever you're going through and try to resolve by it yourself or with your partner or with anyone who's there with you. The second thing is back pain and leg pains and the shoulder pains. Those are very common after pregnancy, after delivery. So if you are feeling the continuous pains and you're ignoring them, they will going to stay there inside you for years. And if you do not want that to happen to you, so again, acknowledge them, talk to your doctors and just ask what is the real issue. Is that calcium, is that iron, or that's just the stress that is making you feel so? And there are few things that you should follow. Sometimes we do massage for our baby for years, like for 2 years we do massage and everything, but for us we just feel okay after 1 month. So don't do that. Keep doing your body massage also for at least 3 to 4 months, because you need it, your body need it, so do that to yourself. Don't ignore yourself. I'm telling this again and again. And after having a baby, we are always short of time. We don't have enough time for ourselves. So don't make that excuse कि मेरे पास time नहीं है और मैं नहीं कर पाती हूँ. Don't do that. Take some time for yourself. Even half an hour in the whole day is enough. So take that time for yourselves and do some home remedies, whatever you can do. So I have few things that can be done. So here are these. First thing is, you always take the supplements that your doctor gives you after the delivery. Then the second thing is the massage that I already said. Take the massages with the oils, especially the sarson ka tel with garlic, you know, mustard oil with the burnt garlic in it. That will help a lot. Then the third thing is tulsi ginger water. Having a tea one time in a day is sufficient and enough. And then the second time you can have tulsi water or ginger water with honey, so that will going to replenish your energies and everything. Then the next thing is meditate. Whenever you are feeling stressed, whenever you're feeling like there is something wrong, you know, I am feeling so irritated and everything, just sit for some time and breathe in through nose and breathe out through mouth. I have tried this by my own, and this really helps when you are excessively stressed or anxious. So just do like this. This calms your body, this makes your organ relaxed a bit, and then you're able to think that what better I can do for myself. Don't excessively think about your baby, don't excessively care about him, because that will going to take a toll on your mind. The third problem that new moms face, the lack of sleep. We are always, you know, short of sleep. We are not able to sleep properly in the night because we are breastfeeding the baby. We are not able to sleep in the mornings because we always have to change the nappies, and there are n number of things that you do after being a mom. So there are multiple things that you are doing. So just try to take a little naps whenever your baby is sleeping. Just feel free and take a little nap with him or her. So that will going to give you some little time and will add on to your sleep hours, and you will feel a bit relaxed when you are up. Don't पुश योर सेल्फ फॉर द वर्क, लाइक मेरा बच्चा सो रहा है, अब 1 घंटा मेरे पास है, मैं सारा काम कर लेती हूँ घर का. डोंट पुश योर सेल्फ अलॉट बिकॉज योर बॉडी नीड्स रेस्ट एट दैट टाइम व्हेन योर बेबी इज़ 1 or 2 years. Till your baby is 2 years, trust me, your body needs a lot of rest, and that is required for the long run, not just because of that moment of time, just not those for those hours. That rest, that care, that nourishment will going to help you for the years and years later. Also, when you're breastfeeding your baby, try to listen to some light music or some meditation music, so your mind will also be relaxed and you will spare yourself from thinking a lot other things. So, and also it will soothe the baby also. So you can play a light music, very light and in a low volume, so that will just relax your mind and you will be able to sleep immediately. Sometimes happens that we are on bed and we are just trying to sleep, but we are not able to sleep because there are a lot of things that are running into our mind. So that will help, and when we are listening to some music and just trying to concentrate on our breathing, so that will help us to sleep better and kind of immediately. So then we'll be able to save some time. Then don't spend so much time on unnecessary things like cleaning and cooking and unnecessary cupboard cleaning and everything. Let the things be messy for 2 years. Trust me, let the things be messy, because you can declutter the things later also, but you cannot declutter your mind after 2 years. So just spend time in reading and writing and anything productive. You can make a book, a development book of your babies. That will really help. I had done that. So you can make a diary, you can note down the moments that you are having right now, because after 2-3 years you'll forget these little things. So you can make a notebook and you can write your parenthood experiences every day or maybe every week or twice a week. So that will going to help to soothe your mind, to relax your mind. Don't push your body for the things that are not mandatory or not required. The fourth problem is beauty, and this is a big problem. Although we again ignore this fact and we feel कि it's okay यार, अब तो एक बच्चा हो गया, अब क्या करना है, but no, somewhere in the back of our mind we feel that we are lacking something, we are not looking good, बहुत hair fall हो रहा है, how can Kareena be so hot because she has maids, there's someone who's taking care of her baby, no but I will take care of my baby. There are multiple things that are going in our head and we feel depressed about our looks. You know, we gain almost about 15 to 20 kgs during the pregnancy, and that is very difficult to lose. Even after 3 years now, I'm not able to lose full of my pregnancy weight. So you know, first thing is be okay about whatever is it. If you're trying to lose it and you're not able to, then of course you can go to doctor and consult something that why it is happening. But if you're okay and if you're not having any other health conditions, so you just can be regular on your diet patterns, on your little exercise patterns, and you can feel good about whatever and however you look. But the thing is, you just cannot ignore the things, because during the pregnancy period your hair grow a lot because of the hormones that your body is giving you. So you just have to take care of them, because immediately after the delivery your hair fall will start. This is again because of the hormonal changes, and you're breastfeeding, then you're losing onto the nutrition every day because you're not taking care of yourselves, and that happened to me as well. So why this happens? Because you know, months go and we do not oil our hairs. In my case, many days I do not used to comb my hairs. I was like, okay, ठीक है, कितना time लगेगा, waste होगा. Don't do that to yourself, you know. Comb your hairs properly, give them proper nourishment, and take care of those healthy hairs that pregnancy has given you, because that is very important. Otherwise all the nourishment that they have taken during the pregnancy period will go immediately, like in 3-4 months, and you will lose a lot of your hairs. So take a good care of your health, put some mask. If you don't have time to put masks or everything, then at least do a oiling thing, you know, whenever you're doing your massage, आप body massage ले रहे हैं, that time you can take a head massage and with the good hair oil, and then take good shampoos, good conditioners. So like dry your hairs properly when you wash them. I know you will not get enough time, but I'm telling you, take time for yourself, because after few years you'll regret those things, that why you have not done that, just because you were pressuring yourself a lot during those initial few days. So take time for yourself. We do not take care of our skin, you know, we do not do waxing for months. I remember I have not gone to salon for many months after delivering the baby. So don't go to salon, it's not necessary, but take care of your body properly at your home only. You know, just don't be the way you are. Don't feel that it's okay or whatever is it, I just have to take care of my baby. Don't do that. You know, if you cannot go to salon, if you can't follow your rituals of waxing and everything, just shave them off with Venus. Just feel good about yourself. You know, take general fruit peel and rub them on your face, feel replenished. You know, just scrub your face with sugar powder and coffee. Just do little things that you can do at home and just feel good about yourself, because it is very important for your own health, your especially your psychological, your mental health. So these are 4 major problems that we do not acknowledge, and here I wanted to share these things with you, because all those new moms who are there and who are pressurizing themselves so being a perfect mom, I wanted to tell them that don't try to be perfect, just try to be a happy mom. That is more important, you know. I have made a list of few edible things that you can add to your diet chart in this period that will going to help you a lot. And there are few things that you can have during this period is legumes, like any daleं, I told you in earlier video, I guess PCOS wale video, maybe any type of dalein or sprouts into your food every day, a bowl full of sprouts or a bowl full of legume. Then dates, anjeer, walnuts, these are a very good source of calcium and iron. Then the second thing is moringa leaves. So you can do like moringa leaves as drumsticks, if you know. So drumsticks के tree में जो leaves होती हैं, those leaves you can have them with shatavari. So that will going to increase your breastfeed also. So that will increase the supplies, and those leaves are very very good because they are a good source of vitamin B, C, then calcium, iron, phosphorus and what not. Those leaves are magical. I did not know, मुझे नहीं पता था मेरे वाले टाइम में, otherwise I would have taken them, but now when I know, so I wanted to share these things with you that you can have them after your delivery. Third thing is almond and walnut powder. Like if you're not able to eat almond and walnut regularly, and if you have not had the laddus that your mothers make after delivery, then you can just make a powder of roasted almond and walnuts and keep them with you, and every day with the milk or anything that you're having, any drink, fruit drink or anything you're having, you can just have a 2 scoop or a 1 scoop of that powder. So that will give you the essential nutrients that your body really needs at this time. So try to have lighter things, like take a lot of cucumber in your diet, take bottle gourd and rigged gourd, गिलकी, लौकी, ये सब चीज़ें जितना हो सकता है उतना खाइए. लीफी वेजिटेबल्स जो हो सकती हैं जितना हो सकता है उतना खाइए. लेग्यूम्स के साथ यू कैन मिक्स. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर माई मदर यूज टू गिव मी methi and palak along with the dal, and I used to mash my roti in it and had it. It used to taste really good, and that was very nutritious also. You can add a lot of vegetables in it, carrots and even cucumbers, and anything which is not going to cause gas to your stomach. Then the second thing which really helps is mukhwas. You can make mukhwas with sauf, till, then flax seeds, coconut, jaggery, and these little things which is going to give you good nourishment, because till is a good source of calcium. Then sauf will help the digestion of food, and flax seeds lowers down the cholesterol. So you can make a good mukhwas with all these roasted things and keep them aside your bed, and you can have it anytime you want. That will make you feel good. Then there is next thing, this ragi. Ragi is very very good for kids also. So whenever you are preparing ragi for your baby, like when he is 6 or 7 months, you can give a ragi halwa or ragi porridge to the baby. You also have this for yourself, like you make 2 bowls, one for your baby and one for yourself, because it will again going to replenish the calcium and iron in your body. So it's a very good source, and you can have dalia all the time. That's a very good source of protein and iron. So these are all the things that you can have, and there are multiple things that are available on the internet. You can always go through those things, and you can go through my site as well, mombabyetc.com, and you can search a lot of good dietary changes that you can follow after the delivery. So that was it about this video. I hope this was helpful. If it was, then do not forget to give me a thumbs up and share with the new moms. Please be with her, pamper her, and just stay with her, and subscribe to my channel. Comment here and let me know if you like this video. Tell me in the comment box that if anything else that I can edit to this content, and just do not forget to subscribe. Bye bye, take care.